Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP and today is the 4th of April 2023 and to be honest there is not much going on so far as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned. Now all the way from Canada we have some massive news. Now really I'm not sure if this point of time that could actually pump the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, but the massive news is that WonderFi, CoinSquare and CoinSmart, they have a merger. And look guys, this is an absolutely massive news, particularly for cryptocurrency exchanges in Canada. And I'm pretty much sure over the course of time, it'll definitely boost adoption. So we'll definitely go ahead and explore that news in today's podcast. And WonderFi, guys, as you know, is a project backed by Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. So definitely brilliant news. Now in today's episode, guys, we are going to be discussing two news. And one of them is an insight by Glassnodes. And the second one is a blog by CoinShares. And what both of them they do is they tend to provide a weekly insight every Mondays. Now based on this, I would definitely not recommend to make any price predictions, because what they're doing is giving a weekly snapshot of what is going on in the previous week, but nonetheless there's some really crucial information which we'll definitely go ahead and explore in today's podcast. Now guys, listen, in US there's a lot of drama going on, particularly for cryptocurrency exchanges and cryptocurrency projects as well, and looks like the US Security Exchange Commission is definitely going after cryptocurrency projects, and because of that, decentralized exchange, that is Uniswap, their trading volume has overtaken Coinbase. Now, if you look at it, this definitely sounds like a positive news, so we'll definitely go ahead and explore that in today's episode. Now, could it be possible that this trend of decentralized exchanges volume is always higher than centralized exchanges? I really am hoping for, but will it ever happen? Very unlikely, but definitely worth exploring. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, I'll be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE, and Middle East. Now, both the news are from Dubai in today's episode, and the first news is related to Metaverse. And the news is that Dubai International Arbitrage Center, they have unveiled a Metaverse platform, so we'll definitely go ahead and explore that news. And the second news has to do with Dubai Supreme Soul of Energy, and they have reviewed DEWA, that is Dubai Electricity and Water Authority's achievements in artificial intelligence and data management. And what I'll do is I'll try to go ahead and explore how that is connected to cryptocurrency and blockchain protocols. So quite a lot to cover in today's episode, so let's kickstart with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and Metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE, and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee a Day has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us. From the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies, we'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee a Day. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee a Day, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain, and the Metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain, and the Metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE, and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE, and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee a Day aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE, and Middle East region. Now, before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Firstly, guys, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race-Pace Podcast. So check out the Race-Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race-Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, since the last 24 hours, not much has happened, particularly for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but the volume of stablecoins has definitely changed a bit. So let's kickstart by discussing the global cryptocurrency market. It is at $1.18 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.82%. Now look, guys, this number should be at least double or maybe 3 times the number, considering the fact that the world is in absolute chaos, the banking industry on the verge of going extinct. And guys, I used to work for Barclaycard and Barclays Bank, and the former CEO of Barclays, he had actually put out an article, and I believe this goes back to 2016, where he actually said in the next 10 years or so, he does see the banking industry to go completely extinct. Now, could this be the signs of banking industry to go completely extinct? I most likely think so, but let's wait and see how the coming decades turns out to be. Now, the total cryptocurrency market volume is definitely not great. It is still at $43.37 billion. But what would have been great is the market volume to be roughly around the $100 to $200 billion mark. Now, because banking industry is collapsing, I was really hoping that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency does get mainstream adoption. Unfortunately, guys, that is not happening. Now, since the last 24 hours though, the volume is up by 42.83%. Now, based on these numbers, I highly doubt if hyper-Bitcoinization could be a possibility. So it's going to be really interesting to see what is happening regarding the bet of Balaji Srinivasan of the price of Bitcoin touching $1 million. Now, the volume of DeFi is not looking good either. It is at $4.68 billion, and the total value locked is once again below the $50 billion mark at $49.86 billion. Lido is still dominating at 22.20%. And guys, when we're discussing some news regarding coin shares, we'll definitely go ahead and discuss some sentiments that investors have regarding the Shanghai upgrade. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned for Lido, it is at $11.03 billion, and DeFi accounts for 10.80% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. MakerDAO is number 2nd, and the total value locked is $7.71 billion, followed by Aave at $5.60 billion, Curve Finance at $4.66 billion, and Uniswap at $4.02 billion. And guys, we're definitely going to be exploring some numbers particularly to do with Uniswap. And to be honest, guys, the numbers are looking really good. Now, the volume of stablecoins is down to $34.49 billion. And look, guys, this is the problem that I have with stablecoins. The volume is ridiculously low, but it still accounts for 88.77% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And I've said this time and over again, when you talk about stablecoins, they do not follow the ethos of open blockchain, and a stablecoin issuer can absolutely go ahead and censor your transactions. Now, Tether USDT is still leading the pack, and as of today, the 24-hour trading volume is $29.75 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $4.01 billion and Binance BUSD at $3.29 billion. Now let's look at the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin's market cap is $544 billion. It's good to see that the market cap of Bitcoin is well over the $500 billion mark, and Ethereum is at $220 billion. The 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin is $17.65 billion, whereas Ethereum is $8.58 billion. Now, what do you guys think? As and when the Shanghai upgrade date kicks in, that is somewhere between the 12th of this month, do you think the volume of Ethereum will go higher than the 24-hour volume of Bitcoin? I definitely do think so, but let's wait and see how it turns out to be. Now, the dominance of Bitcoin is 46.06%, Ethereum is 18.60%. Now, in today's episode, guys, I'm going to be looking at the market cap of smart contracting platforms and privacy coins. Now, Ethereum's market cap is $220 billion. Binance BNB's market cap has surprisingly gone up, and it is at $49.29 billion, and Cardano's has also gone up at $13.63 billion. Privacy coin Monero is still the leader, and the market cap is $2.90 billion, followed by Mask Network at $464 million, and finally Zcash at $384 million. Now look, guys, if you talk about the price of the king of all kings, Bitcoin is at $28,084. Now, since the last 24 hours, though, it is marginally up by 0.49%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 3.99%. Ethereum is at $1,818, and since the last 24 hours, it is definitely pumped up by 2.10%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 6.69%. Now, what is really surprising, guys, since the last 3 weeks is the price of Binance BNB coin that has not had much movement. It is stuck at somewhere between the $300 to $320 range, and it is currently at $311. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.11%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 1.50%. And look, guys, we know the drama that is going on in the world of Binance, and the US government, particularly the left-leaning administration, they are aggressively going after cryptocurrency exchanges. And one thing which I've often said in my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, when you talk about politics and politicians, they have a very strong say, particularly in the direction of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Left-leaning ideologies and politicians, they are definitely not in favor of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, freedom of speech, and definitely not in favor of adoption as well. And in the next few days, there's a massive drama going on, particularly between the Republicans and the Democrats as well. Now, I'm pretty much sure after the news ends on Tuesday, whatever happens in politics, that might just have an impact in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But guys, in today's episode, let's talk about some massive news from Canada, and looks like Canadian cryptocurrency exchanges, that is Wonderfy, CoinSquare and CoinSmart, have revealed plans to merge, creating what would be one of the world's largest crypto trading platforms. Now look, guys, this is absolutely massive news, and if you do want to read through the official filings, it is via an online publication called as Newsfile Corp, and they have reported that the combined company will have transacted over $17 billion worth since 2017 and have over $600 million in assets under custody, with a registered user base in excess of 1.65 million Canadians. This, guys, is absolutely massive. The news suggests this is definitely bullish, and what is really interesting, guys, is that Kevin O'Leary is one of the guys who is backing a project called Wonderfy, and because of this news, the price of Wonderfy token, that is WNDR, has definitely pumped up by over 50%. So let me try to give out some information of what this partnership news will mean. Now, the combined company's revenue growth strategy for 2023 and beyond is expected to expanding its product offering to diversify its revenue potential from more than 1.6 million Canadian retail institution and business-to-business clients in its ecosystem. And they're going to be focusing on retail and institutional crypto trading, global crypto payments processing, iGaming and sports betting, staking and yield products, and fractional stock trading. And look, as Kevin O'Leary also has a partnership with Cypher Capital, which is headquartered in Dubai. So I'm pretty much sure this is positive news indirectly for Dubai cryptocurrency exchanges and for companies who are partnered with Cypher Capital as well. Now listen guys, if you're someone who's in Canada and want to look at the details, I would definitely recommend you to read through the article, because in that article they go and explore what this would mean. Things such as Canada's largest crypto asset trading platform, strong balance sheet with investment across crypto ecosystem, cost synergies and operational efficiency, high beta exposure to market leading platforms, and quite a lot of other. In that report they've also given in detail information about consolidated investment dealer, predictable and growing B2B crypto payment vertical, track record and revenue generation. And look guys, this news will definitely trigger down into the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and they're also focusing investment in Tetra, that is Canada's only qualified custodian for digital assets, and they will be entering regulated iGaming and sports betting in Ontario, and they're going to be scaling an immediate path to profitability, and global expansion opportunities are definitely available. And this, guys, is absolutely massive and bullish news, and I really am hoping that this news does trigger positively in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, guys, let's discuss some technical news regarding Glassnodes. And guys, what I tend to do is I tend to look at it very briefly, because Glassnodes, they have a lot of technical charts and jargons and graphs, and if you're a technical nerd, you definitely need to check it out. Now, every Monday they publish a weekly insight. Now, in this weekly insight, they discuss Binance's stablecoin shuffle, and the insight assesses the immediate response of digital asset holders with respect to Binance and whether any structural shifts are found in the token reserves. Now, the insight also analyzes the wider Bitcoin investor response through the lens of supply dynamics, movement of coin between holders. And look, guys, if you're a technical nerd and if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, you definitely need to subscribe to the paid version as well, because the insight states that the digital asset market is under some heavy regulatory pressure in many years, and yet the conviction and confidence of Bitcoin holders appears unshaken. And this, guys, to be honest, is absolutely remarkable. So, guys, the report by Glassnode essentially focuses on the impact of regulatory pressure on Binance, which is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges, and the second part focuses on the current state of Bitcoin market. Now, the article analyzes the flow of stablecoins, that is digital currencies, which are pegged to the value of real-world economy through Binance, how it has changed over time. It also looks at the amount of different cryptocurrencies held by Binance and how it has been affected by recent events. And one thing, guys, which I tend to do is I look at these numbers on a daily basis, and if you look at the market cap of Binance right now, it is down to $7.4 billion, and because of this drama, more than 40% of its market cap has completely disappeared. And mind you, guys, I'm only talking about Binance BUSD. Now, guys, despite some outflows, the article concludes that the market does not appear to be expressing widespread concern about Binance's standing. Now, so far as Bitcoin is concerned, the article explores the current state of Bitcoin market. Now, the article notes that Bitcoin's price has been relatively stable in the recent week, hovering around the $29,000 mark. It also discusses the realized price to liveliness ratio, which measures the relative degree of coin activity on Bitcoin blockchain. And this ratio, guys, suggests that many Bitcoin holders are not actively spending their coins, which could indicate they are holding on to them for a longer time. And this whole notion of hodl is definitely in play. And overall, guys, the article suggests that Bitcoin market is currently in the transitional phase, with some similarities to previous market recoveries from bear markets. Now, what do you guys think? Could this be signs of bullish market? But if you look at CoinShares weekly blog, that does not look good at all, because what their weekly blog via Medium states that there has been lackluster investor activity last week, with inflows of only $2.5 million in trading volumes in investment products, which has fallen down by 33% compared to the previous week. But sentiment for Bitcoin was fairly supportive, seeing inflows of $8.8 million. But so far as shorting of Bitcoin is concerned, the outflows was $2.5 million. And look, guys, the outflows in Ethereum was $2.8 million, and inflows in short Ethereum was $0.5 million, which actually suggests that investors remain concerned about the upcoming Shanghai upgrade. Now, what are your thoughts, guys? Will the price of Ethereum pump up? Will it remain same, or will it go down? And once again, guys, something which I didn't mention in my podcast yesterday, Laura Shin has an excellent episode where they actually go and discuss all of these things in details. And what I'd recommend you to do is, I'm pretty much sure Bankless, they have an update on this as well, so definitely go and search it and check it out. Now look guys, because of this drama going on in the US, where the SEC is aggressively going after cryptocurrency exchanges, and Gary Gensler is not a fan of cryptocurrency protocols and cryptocurrency exchanges. He's a massive advocate of Bitcoin though, and because of this drama, SEC did serve advance notice to Coinbase, and because of that, the volume in Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, has definitely pumped up, and the block has reported that Uniswap volume beats Coinbase and has registered its best month since 2022, and the increased volume on Uniswap comes amid threats from government and regulatory actions against centralized crypto businesses in the US, and this is particularly because of the drama that happened in February and March, so definitely really critical information. And in that report guys, they've given also a snapshot of what has actually happened, and based on the report by the block, it states that the spot market volume on Uniswap was about $70 billion for the first time since January of 2022, beating Coinbase again. One thing to remember guys is Coinbase's volume was $49.4 billion last month, which is actually up from $40 billion in February. So decentralized exchanges taking over centralized exchange definitely sounds like a positive news. Now guys, let's discuss two news from Dubai, UAE and Middle East. And today's episode guys, we're going to be discussing both the news from Dubai. The first news is Dubai International Arbitration Center has unveiled its Metaverse platform. If you want to find out the website is DIAC, that is D for David, I for Alpha, A for Alpha, C for Charlie.com. And guys, the Dubai International Arbitration Center, the region's largest alternative dispute resolution center, is a non-profit organization, and DIAC or Dubai International Arbitration Center allows parties from all nationalities and jurisdictions to settle commercial disputes outside judicial courts. And DIAC was established in 1994 as the Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry's Commercial Conciliation and Arbitration Center, and guys, a decade later, it evolved as the Dubai International Arbitration Center, or called as DIAC, under Decree number 10 of 2004. And DIAC is on a mission to provide unmatched ADR services by embracing excellence as the standard, integrity as a compass, and equity as a principle. And since its inception, DIAC has gained extensive expertise in arbitration case management, securing the resolution of nearly 5,000 cases, varying in value, complexity, and economic sector, and the total number of registered cases reached an aggregate value of $70 billion, equivalent to $19.1 billion. Now let me try to give out some news so far as Metaverse is concerned. Now the DIAC has launched a Metaverse platform for dispute resolution, and this Metaverse platform provides a virtual reality space for parties to participate in dispute resolution proceedings from anywhere in the world, eliminating the need for physical transportation. And the Metaverse platform aligns with UAE's government's goal of transforming Dubai into a leading global Metaverse economy and a center for the Metaverse community. And the DIAC Metaverse platform creates an immersive environment to facilitate seamless communication, document sharing, and real-time collaboration among participants. And the use cases for Metaverse continues to develop, and parties can expect further advancement in virtual dispute resolution, such as AI-driven analytics, enhanced security measures, and personalized avatars for better user experience. Now look guys, this at the moment, I very strongly feel is still in the early stages. As and when news develops and as and when technology gets better, I think we're going to get better users of virtual reality. The experience will be much more safer, and using Web3 logins, I definitely do feel that this might be a game changer. And by leveraging the Metaverse, DIAC can provide a higher level of alternative dispute resolution services that are both effective and accessible. And the Metaverse also provides an equal opportunity for all parties to participate in dispute resolution proceedings, minimizing the impact of the resources of financial ability. And the launch of DIAC's Metaverse reinforces DIAC's position as a leading international arbitration center and enhances its capabilities to offer innovative and novel methods for resolving disputes. And the Metaverse platform reflects DIAC's vision to the ultimate global destination for dispute resolution. And look guys, as we know, the Dubai Metaverse strategy aims to create 40,000 virtual jobs and add $4 billion to Emirates' economy over the next 5 years. And the UAE Ministry of Economy, Dubai Customs and DIVA are some of the government entities that have a presence in the Metaverse. And guys, I have a standalone episode explaining everything about Dubai Metaverse strategy, so definitely go ahead and check it out. And the Metaverse platform is expected to help Dubai achieve its vision of becoming a global Metaverse hub And guys, the platform also provides a cost-effective and environmentally friendly alternative to traditional dispute resolution. The Metaverse platform can increase accessibility to dispute resolution services for parties located in remote areas, and the use of virtual reality technology can enhance the quality and effectiveness of dispute resolution proceedings. And the Metaverse platform has the potential to revolutionize the way disputes are resolved, making the processes faster, more efficient, and more cost-effective. The launch of the IAC's Metaverse platform demonstrates Dubai's commitment to innovation and its position as a leading center for technology and business. And look, as the Metaverse platform does provide a glimpse into the future of dispute resolutions and the potential of virtual reality technology. It's going to be really cool and interesting to see as and when this news develops to have avatars in dispute resolution. That'll be a bit weird, but definitely interesting. Now, guys, let's discuss the second news. Now, this news as such is not connected to cryptocurrency and blockchain as such, but because there's so much of hype surrounding artificial intelligence, I thought let me go ahead and explore that in today's episode. So the news is that Dubai Supreme Council of Energy reviews DEWA's, that is Dubai Electricity Water Authority's achievement in artificial intelligence and data management. So let's check this out. The Dubai Supreme Council of Energy reviewed DEWA's achievements in artificial intelligence and data management at its 75th meeting. His Highness Sheikh Ahmad bin Saeed Al Maktoum, and attended by various council members, and the meeting discussed the role of artificial intelligence technologies and data management in developing digital services and smart solutions, including those implemented at DEWA through its subsidiary Moro. And Moro, guys, has expanded into activities to provide digital services and smart solutions to numerous companies and government organizations, and the council aims to make Dubai a pioneer in acquiring and implementing the latest artificial intelligence and data management technologies to enhance government services, ensure operational efficiency and customer happiness. And look, guys, lately what I'm noticing is, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, I wouldn't be surprised if Dubai as a city is leading the entire world. Now, the council has also approved the final stage of laws regulating the district cooling sector to ensure effective contracts between service providers and customers, and regulating the district cooling sector enables the grant of licenses to service providers in line with regulatory frameworks approved by the council. And guys, the council seeks to improve the production and distribution of high efficiency cooling energy at an appropriate cost. But what I wanted to find out is, how does cryptocurrency and blockchain fits into this? Now, guys, you need to understand that blockchain technology can be used to securely store and manage data related to energy consumption and production, potentially enhancing the efficiency of the district cooling sector. Cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, can be used to facilitate payments for energy consumption, reducing transaction costs and increasing efficiency in the sector. And I'm pretty much sure one of the council in the US, and I'm pretty much sure it is a Republican state, where you can actually pay for your taxes and also pay for utilities using cryptocurrencies. And guys, the use of smart contracts enabled by blockchain technologies can ensure effective contracts between service providers and customers in the district cooling sector. Now, what are your thoughts, guys? I 100% agree to it. So those were the news, guys, from Crypto and Coffee at 8 from Blockchain DXB. In case you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And if you love listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now, for the next few minutes, is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Rohan who asks, will DEX be the future? Now, Rohan, I would really want DEX to be the future, but unfortunately, I do not think DEX will be the future. Now, there are very basic things that decentralized exchanges are currently lacking, such as customer service. What happens if there is a hack? Who do you contact when there is a hack? And when you talk about the user experience in decentralized exchange is absolutely horrific. And you also need to understand when you're using a decentralized exchange, it is extremely slow. But what you need to always compare, Rohan, decentralized exchange with centralized exchange in three things, that is time, cost, and quality. And when you talk about time, centralized exchange is 100 times faster and better than decentralized exchange. When you talk about quality, a centralized exchange can offer you customer service. In case if there is a hack or resetting of password, they can do that. And when you talk about cost, some of the exchanges can also offer zero free trading. Now, granted, so far as DEX is concerned, it'll be much cheaper, but you need to pay for the gas fees and transaction fees, and that could be ridiculously expensive as well. And the biggest thing you need to remember, Rohan, when you're using a DEX, what happens when there is an update? Who gets to decide if there is an update? How will the update be done? If you let the community decide, that is the true use case of decentralized exchange. But unfortunately, there is often a centralized entity who claims that they're managing a decentralized exchange. So in case of an update, in an idealistic world where decentralized exchange are 100% distributed, I really am not sure how the updates will take in. It will take months, if not years. And a lot of the Bitcoin maximalists do actually say that that is a feature of using a distributed form of consensus. There will be no customer support as well. And this, Rohan, you need to look at it from everyone's point of view, because if you're working in the cryptocurrency blockchain space, you're completely used to it. But what about people who are not that tech savvy? Are they going to switch? And one thing which I often say in my Metaverse Everything podcast is, in order for people to switch from current existing systems to new one, the user experience needs to be 10 times better. Unfortunately, in case of DEX, the user experience is 10 times worse. Now, unless we collectively as human beings are all tech savvy and are able to use cryptocurrencies at the back of our hand, then we can say that decentralized exchanges will be the future. Now, so far as Uniswap's news is concerned, it's great that they have overtaken the volume of Coinbase, but I very specifically remember going back to September of 2021, where SEC did actually serve a notice to Uniswap, and Uniswap did actually reply, and they did actually comply to SEC, which means that there is a centralized entity which is still managing Uniswap. And I remember that Gary Gensler, who's the chair of SEC, had argued that while there are no central entity in charge of a decentralized exchange, DeFi projects that offer incentives or digital tokens to participants could fall under the purview of SEC regulation. So decentralized exchange sounds like a brilliant idea. I really don't think so. It will be the future. Again, these are my thoughts. What I do think is that in the next coming decades or so, if somehow someday we are able to come up with new cryptography method where the entire decision making gets faster, then we might be able to say that DEX is better than centralized exchange. So those are my thoughts. So that's all for today, guys, on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 Ask Me Anything series. If you do have any feedback or suggestions, mention them in the comments below. Or you can also drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. And guys, also check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com. And also check out my website area2071.com. And if you like listening to this, guys, please follow this podcast, click on the follow button, and give it a 5-star rating. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, pure blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how this series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.